Hello and welcome to our Module 6 of Enterprise Networking Security and Automation, Network Address Translation for IP version 4. So the objective of this module is to explain the purpose and the function of network address translation. Explain the operation of a different type of network address translation. Describe the advantages and disadvantages. Configure static, dynamic, and port address translation using command line interface. And describe NAT for IP version 6. So as you already know, may problema yung yung IPv4 address space. So the reason kung bakit siya nakasurvive up to now ay dahil sa mga technique kagaya ng paggamit ng private IP addresses sa internal network. So to conserve yung public IP addresses. Pero problema kasi para magkaroon ng connectivity end-to-end remote, we need public IP address. So what is NAT? So the primary purpose of NAT daw is to conserve public IPv4 addresses. NAT allows network to use private IP address internally and translate them to a public address when needed. A router or NAT router typically operates at the border or of a stub network. So when a device inside the stub network wants to communicate with the device outside of its network, the packet is forwarded to the border router, which performs network address translation, translating the internal private IP address of the device to a public outside routable addresses. How network address translation works. So consider this this example in the figure. PC1 wants to communicate with an outside web server with public IP address of 209.165.201.1. Step number 1, PC1 will send a packet address to the web server. Step number 2, router receives the packet and reads the source IPv4 address to determine if it needs translation. Step number 3, router 2 adds mapping of the local to global address to NAT table. Step number 4, router 2 send the packet with translated source address toward the destination. Step number 5, the web server respond with the packet address to inside global address of PC1, which is 209.165.200.226. So router 2 receive the packet with the destination address of 209.165.200.226. Then router checks the NAT table and finds an entry for this mapping. R2 uses this information and translates the inside global address from public to inside local address private, and the packet is forwarded towards PC1. So we have different types of terminologies. Ayan. So network address translation includes 4 types of addresses. We have the inside local address, inside global address, outside local address, outside global address. NAT terminology is always applied from the perspective of the device with the translated address. So inside address, the address of the device which is being translated by network address translation. So meaning private IP address. Outside address, the address of the destination device. For example, web server yung destination natin, which is naka-public yung IP address niya. Local address, A local address is any address that appears on the inside portion of the network. Global address. A global address is any address that appears on the outside portion of the network. So para mas maunawaan yung mga terminology na yan, consider the graphic or the diagram on right side. Inside local address. So the address of the source as seen from the inside the network. This is typically a private IPv4 address. The inside local address of PC1. Kagaya niyan ay 192.168.10.10. Inside global address naman, the address of a source as seen from the outside network. So the inside global address of PC1 is 209.165.200.226. So usually ito yung nasa ISP side natin na binigay sa atin na IP address, which is public IP address. So the outside global address, the address of the destination as seen from the outside network. So the outside global address of the web server is 209.165.201.1. Outside local address. So the address of the destination as seen from the inside network. So PC1 sends the traffic to the web server at the IPv4 address of 209.165.201.1. While uncommon, so this address could be different than the globally routable address of the destination. Types NAT. So unahin natin ito, si static NAT. Static NAT uses one-to-one mapping of local and global addresses configured by the network administrator that remain constant. So kaya nga static siya, one-to-one translation. So useful daw yan for web server or devices that must have a consistent address that is accessible from the internet, such as a company web server. So useful din ito for devices that must be accessible by authorized personnel when off-site, but not by the general public on the internet. Static NAT requires that enough public addresses are available to satisfy the total number of simultaneous user session. So we have dynamic NAT. Dynamic NAT uses a pool, para siyang DHCP. So ibig sabihin magra-random ito, So dynamic NAT uses a pool of public addresses and assign them on the first come first served basis. So when an inside device requests access to an outside network, dynamic NAT assigns an available public IP address from the pool. So the other addresses in the pool are still available for use. Take note that dynamic NAT requires that enough public addresses are available to satisfy the total number of simultaneous user sessions. Next, we have port address translation or tinatawag na PAT, also known as NAT overload. So it maps multiple private IP address to a single public IPv4 address or few addresses. With the port address translation, when the NAT router receive a packet from the client, it uses the source port number to uniquely identify the specific NAT translation. Kasi imagine natin, halimbawa sa bahay, meron kang wireless home router. Isa lang naman yung public IP address dun Okay? At imagine kung ilang user yung gumagamit inside. So kada user or kada user generated traffic, ilalabas siya ng router na single public IP address pero may port number yun, randomized port number. So every user has a unique port number syempre para makabalik yung packet natin. So PAT ensures that devices use different TCP port number for each session with a server on the internet. PAT will attempt to preserve the original source port. If the original source port is already used, port address translation assign the first available port number starting from the beginning of the appropriate port group, 0 to 511, 512 to 1023, 1024 to 65535. When there are no more ports available and there is more than one external address in the address pool, port address translation moves to the next address to try to allocate the original source port. So the process continues until there are no more available ports or external IPv4 addresses in the address pool. Summary of differences between NAT and PAT. So network address translation only modifies the IPv4 address. Yan, kunyari private IP address rekta doon sa public IP address, vice versa. Port address translation modifies both the IPv4 address and the port number. Ayan, as you can see, halimbawa ito, user generated traffic, kasi nag-iisa lang yung nag-iisa lang naman kasi yung ating public IP address, So halimbawa si user gumamit ng session port number ganito, random number, paglabas siya, yun din yung gagamitin niya, So ito yung table that compares these two types of network address translation. So NAT, again, one-to-one mapping between inside local and inside global addresses, while port address translation, one inside global address can be mapped to many inside local addresses. NAT uses only IPv4 addresses in translation process. Port address translation uses IPv4 addresses and TCP or UDP source port number in translation process. NAT, a unique inside global address is required for each inside host accessing the outside network, while port address translation, a single unique inside global address can be shared by many inside hosts accessing the outside network. Some packets do not contain layer 4 port number, kagaya ng ping. Each of these types of protocol is handled differently by port address translation. So for example daw, kapag kunyari nag-ping tayo, yung ping, query message, echo request, echo reply, include a query ID doon sa packet. So ICMPv4 uses the query ID to identify an echo request with its corresponding echo reply. So take note daw, other ICMP messages do not use query ID. So these messages and other protocol do not use TCP or UDP port number. Vary and are beyond the scope of this curriculum. So pag-usapan natin yung advantages ng paggamit ng network address translation. So NAT provides many benefits. Conserve the legally registered addressing scheme by allowing privatization of intranets. Conserve addresses through application port level multiplexing. Increases the flexibility of connection to a public network. Provide consistency for internal network addressing scheme. Allows the existing private IPv4 address scheme to remain while allowing for easy change to new public addressing scheme. So NAT hides IPv4 addresses of users and other devices for security na rin. So ito naman yung drawbacks or disadvantages ng paggamit ng network address translation. So NAT increases port forwarding delay. Kasi nga nagta-translate, no? So nakakadagdag sa delay, no? End-to-end addressing is lost, no? Ibig sabihin niya, kunyari may dalawang user na gumagamit ng home router sa magkaibang location. Remember, naka-private IP address yung dalawang yun. Hindi nila mapiping yung isa't isa, no? End-to-end IPv4 traceability is lost. Kasi nga, merong boundary, ano? So, not complicates, no, the use of tunneling protocol such as yung IP security. So, yung IP security daw ay may hirapang makatagos, no, or yung tinatawag nating VPN, no? VPN traffic. So, services that requires the initiation of TCP connections from outside network or stateless protocols such as those using UDP can be disrupted, no? So, pwede siyang maputol. So, ito naman yung scenario kung saan ginagamit yung static network address translation. Again, static NAT is one-to-one mapping, between an inside address and an outside address. So, imagine na meron kayong mga 6 na servers, no, na dapat ay ma-access globally, no, sa internet. Ay di pwedeng each server merong dedicated na static NAT mapping, Static NAT allows external devices to initiate connection to internal devices using a statically assigned public address. So for instance daw, an internal web server may be mapped to a specific inside global address so that it is accessible from the outside network. So configuring a static NAT, so ito yung step by step, Step number 1 daw, create a mapping between the inside local address and the inside global address using IPNAT inside source static. Halimbawa, meron tayong web server sa loob ng ating internal network na naka-private. Okay? Tapos bumili tayo ng public IP address, na dapat ay ilagay doon, i-map sa kanya. So pipili tayo ng host doon na dedicated for that specific server. Halimbawa ito, IPNAT inside source static, then yung private IP address ng ating internal server at yung gagamitin nating public IP address niya, yan yung 209.165.201.5. So isa na yan, kung meron kang 6 na server, edi 6 na static mapping. Step number 2, the interfaces participating in the translation are configured as inside or outside relative to NAT, with the IPNAT inside or IPNAT outside. So ang technique lang naman dito ay kapag ang interface ninyo ay para sa inside network or private network, edi siya, IPNAT inside. Kapag ka interface niyo ay facing the internet, edi IP not outside, So ito yung step by step analysis of static NAT. So consider our example. So the client daw sends a packet to the web server. Ito yung client natin. So na-receive ni R2 receive from the client on its NAT outside interface and checks its NAT table. Then R2 translate the inside global address to the inside local address and forward the packet towards the web server. The web server receive the packet and respond to the client using the inside local address, and then router receive the packet from the web server on its NAT inside interface with the source address of the inside local address of the web server and translate the source address to inside global address. So ganyan yung nangyayari, hindi natin napapansin bilang user, akala natin ay mabilis, mabilis yung daloy ng traffic, pero nagki-create na pala yan ng nagki-create na ng delay or traffic, So paano ba natin mabe-verify, kunyari nag-configure tayo ng static NAT. Yan. So to verify the operation daw, issue the show IP NAT translation. So this command shows the active NAT translation. Ano? So because the example is static NAT configuration, the translation is always present no, in the NAT table regardless of any active communication. So ibig sabihin kahit na wala namang active communication, kung naka-static NAT ka, meron kayong makikitang translation. Ganito. If the command is issued during the active session, the output also indicates the address of the outside device. Ayan, ito yung sinasabi dito sa kahit walang traffic session, meron tayong translation na nakalagay dito. So ngayon kapag kami activity, makikita natin yung kabilang side naman no, na nakikipag-communicate sa ating address. Another useful command is the show IP NAT statistics. Ano? It displays information about the total number of active translation. So NAT configuration parameters, number of addresses in the pool, and the number of addresses that have been allocated. So to verify that the NAT translation is working, no, it is best to clear statistics from any past translation using clear IP NAT statistics command no, before testing. No. Halimbawa, clear IP NAT statistics, then pwede na kayong mag-access ng traffic outside no, from the inside. Then, saka nyo ulit gamitin itong show IP NAT statistics. No. Dynamic NAT scenario. No. So dynamic NAT automatically maps inside local addresses to inside global addresses. So gumagamit yan ng pool of inside global addresses or range, no? Sabihin natin range, no? Parang sa DHCP. So ibig sabihin gagawa tayo ng declaration na etong grupo ng public IP address hahatakin para gamitin sa translation. No? So the pool of inside global addresses is available to any device on the inside network on the first come first serve basis. If all addresses daw in the pool are in use, a device must wait for an available address before it can access the outside network. Ito naman yung configuration for the dynamic NAT. So, step number 1 daw, we need to define the pool of addresses that will be used for translation. Ang command dyan ay IP NAT pool. Itong NAT pool na to, niname naman ito bahala kayo dito kayo magde-declare. No? So then the start IP, ending IP address ng public IP address na yan, saka yung subnet mask noon. Then gagawa daw tayo ng access list to permit yung private IP address na yan to be translated dyan sa grupo na yan. And then IP NAT inside source list. No? Ibig sabihin nito, imamap na natin or ibabind natin yung access list to a pool. No? Yung access list na ginawa natin ay imamap natin dito sa pool. No? Then identify which interface are inside and the outside. No? Again, inside usually ay yung ating yung ating inside network. No? Okay. So, yung ating IP NAT outside naman, facing the internet yan. So, check natin ano ba nangyayari sa communication using dynamic NAT. Halimbawa daw yung PC1 and PC2 send packets requesting a connection to the server. Then router 2 receive the first packet from PC1, checks the access control list to determine if the packet should be translated, select an available global address and creates a translation entry in the NAT table. R2 replaces the inside local source address of PC1 with the translated inside global address of public IP address 209.165.200.226 and forwards the packet. The same process daw yung gagawin niya sa PC2. Kaya lang in this case naman 227 naman yung available na public IP address na gagamitin para doon sa traffic na yan. The server received the packets from PC1 and respond using the destination address of yung translated nga na address. So the server received the packet from PC2. Ganon din ang gagawin niya, magre-response dyan sa magiging source address ng PC2. When R2 received the packet with a destination address of .226, it performs a NOT table lookup and translate the address back to inside local address and forward the packet toward PC1. When R2 receive a packet with a destination address of 227, it performs NOT table lookup and translate the address back to the inside local address of PC2 and forward the packet to that device. PC1 and PC2 receive the packet and continue the conversation. The router performs same task, paulit-ulit lang naman siya. Okay? Depende kung matapos na yung conversation, then wala nang translation na mangyayari. So ito po yung command, show IPNAT translation, display all statistics or static translation that have been configured and any dynamic translation that have been created by traffic. So adding daw yung verbose command, display the additional information about each translation, including how long ago the entry was created and used. So by default, translation entries times out about after 24 hours unless the timer have been reconfigured with the IPNAT translation timeout command, and then seconds. So to clear the dynamic entries before the timeout has expired, use the clear IPNAT translation. So the show IPNAT statistics command display the information about the total number of active translation, NAT configuration parameter, number of addresses in the pool, and how many of addresses have been allocated. The show running config command and show and include with include show running config with pipe include NAT will display yung ating declaration sa IPNAT, yung pool at saka yung ating binding So how to configure naman port address translation to a single IPv4 address. So meaning we have kunyari meron tayong connection sa ating ISP sa wireless router natin, isa lang po yung public IP address nun tapos yung internal user natin marami. To configure port address translation, use a single IPv4 address. To use a single IPv4 address, add the keyword overload to the IPNAT inside source command. And ito example IPNAT source list. Ibig sabihin ito nakapag-create na ng access list source list 1, then yung interface natin facing to the internet, and then overload. Okay, so itong serial 010 na to, ito yung merong public IP address. Overload so meaning gagamit ito ng mga port number kapag merong device na 192.168.0.10 lalabas, may port number na gagamitin yan. Every packet merong port number. An ISP may allocate more than one public IP address in organization. In this scenario, the organization can configure port address translation to use a pool of public IP addresses for translation. To configure path for a dynamic NAT address pool, simply add the keyword overload. Ibig sabihin nito, kunyari, ni-expect mo na marami kasing gagamit ng traffic, maraming mag-access from the inside to the outside na maaaring maubos yung public IP address natin. Ang technique naman na ito ay pipili ng isang available IP address, then merong port number, no? Mag-generate ng port number. So patuloy na gagamitin yon, yung single IP address na yon, hanggang sa maubos yung, or hanggang sa ma-utilize yan. Pipili na naman ng isa pang public IP address, generate na naman yung random port number, no? Yan, para hindi siya ma-exhaust, no? So let's take a look on how port address translation works, no? So halimbawa daw dito, PC1 and PC2 send packet to the server 1 and server 2. Yung packet daw from PC1 reaches R2 first, no? R2 modify the source IPv4 address to 209.165.200.225 inside global address. So the packet is then forwarded to the server 1. The packet from PC2 naman nakarating din kay R2. So port address translation changes the source IPv4 address of PC2 to the inside global address. PC2 has the same source port number as the translation for PC1, but increments the source port number until it is unique value in its table. In this case daw 1445. Ayan, ganyan, no? So parehas na source port number sa inside, 1444, 1444. Ayan, tapos dito ginamit na yung 1444. Ayan, pwedeng mag-increment yan dito. Ito naman from server to PC, So the server used the source port from the received packet as the destination port, and the source address as the destination address for the return traffic. R2 changes the destination IPv4 address of the packet from server 1 from 200.165.200.225 to private IPv4 address and forwards the packet toward PC1. R2 changes the destination address of the packet from server 2 from public IP address to its private IP address and modifies the destination port back to its original value, which is 1444. So the packet is then forwarded toward the PC. So the same command used to verify static and dynamic NAT. So the show IP NAT translation. So it displays the translation from two different hosts to different web servers. Notice the two different inside hosts are allocated the same IPv4 address of 209.165.200.226 inside global address. So the source port number is in the NAT table different from the two transaction. So using the show IP NAT statistics to verify that the NAT pool 2 has allocated a single address for both translation. Also shown are the number and types of active translation, NAT configuration parameters, number of addresses in the pool, and how many have been allocated. Okay, pag-usapan naman natin ito, yung network address translation for IPv6. So yung IPv6 daw was developed in the intention of making not IPv4 with translation between public and private IPv4 addresses unnecessary. Ibig sabihin, ang pinaka main goal is native IPv6 to native IPv6 communication talaga, However, IPv6 does include its own IPv6 private address space, kung tawagin na unique local address. IPv6 unique local address are similar daw sa IPv4 private addresses. Kaya lang yung IPv4 ay may different purposes, or yung IPv6 ULA ay may different purposes than IPv4 private. So ULA addresses are meant for only local communication within a site. So ULA addresses are not meant to provide additional IPv4 address space nor to provide a security level, no? So IPv6 does not or does provide, no, for a protocol translation between IPv4 and IPv6 known as NAT64, no? NAT for IPv6 is used, no, in a much different context than NAT for IPv4. So the varieties of NAT for IPv6 are used to transparently provide access between IPv6 only and IPv4 only network. Kagaya ng nakikita natin dito, no? So meron tayong IPv4 sa internet, IPv6 only network, and then IPv6 internet. So it is not used as form of private IPv6 to global IPv6 translation. So NAT for IPv6 should not be used, no, as a long-term strategy but a temporary mechanism to assist in the migration from IPv4 to IPv6. Gaya ng sinabi ko nga sa inyo, sobrang dami ng IPv6 address. Hindi na kakailanganin ng NAT, no, kasi unique device magkakaroon ng unique global unicast address. Nababanggit lang naman, no, yung NAT64. So ilang muna regarding dito sa discussion, no? In the next recording meron tayong demo configuration.